So basically we're just doing a review for rigging and yeah, just rigging and also modeling using subdivision surface. So first, add the cube. Always make sure the cycles render, by the way. And then we're going to start with a control 1, or you can go on the right, modifiers, add subdivision surface. So it's the wrench, add modifier under generate subdivision surface. Then I'm just going to add maybe a loop cut in the center and just scale it up on the Z a little to make a head shape. Right? Maybe turn this to 2. And then I'm going to make the neck. So using face selection on the bottom, extrude, cancel, scale. Okay, the favorite move. Or you could try extrude scaling. You don't have to cancel, but usually extrude, cancel, scale. Extrude out a neck. Then right now I'm in perspective view, which is harder to work in, so I'm going to use ortho view by pressing numpad 5. Make sure you emulate numpad if you don't have your number pad, and then you just use the numbers at the top. So you're going to extrude, scale X here, maybe just a little bit out here, and if I extrude down, you see that it comes out now. So I can make the body shape. We add a loop cut down low up here. For the loop cut up top, I want to make a face here so that I can extrude arms. So if I do this, right, it's not that good, right? What I want is a perfect square. So when I do this, maybe like here. So now when I extrude, I have a better arm. So I think the body should be a bit wider. So on the side view with numpad 3, going to go into wireframe mode, box select this whole bottom part and scale it up on the green, which is the Y. So scale Y, select this, extrude, cancel, maybe like here, and extrude again. The reason why I made another cut here is so I get more of an arm shape here. See, if I just extrude, I can also just see what happens here. So I could add a loop cut, which will work, or I could extrude twice. Then add a loop cut here for the hand. Then add a loop cut in the center here, because we're just going to mirror, right? So cancel, it's automatically center. Face selection, this one, just extrude out a leg. Now I don't want this because when I mirror it, it's not going to go well. So what I could do is I add a loop cut here, bring all the way up. See here. Also don't like that, so maybe I could add another one. That will work. So loop cut. Maybe a loop cut this way. No. Add another loop cut here. Okay, so that's pretty good shape. So now I can use face selection, box selection in wireframe mode, and delete all these faces, and get the mirror modifier, and it should be good. And remember to turn on clipping, move, see how it's attached now. And now I apply both, and now I have my, oh, see, that's wrong. It cannot be connected in the center there. So subdivision surface and mirror. Doesn't seem connected. That's weird. Okay. So it's connected in the center. So what I can do is separate it a bit. Move these legs over a little. And then turn on clipping and move them back. Because technically there's another face there. But there's another face here. So we don't want these two touching. So what I did was I just moved this farther away. See, if they're touching, now they're attached. So now if I apply my this, they're connected. So that's not what we want. So Now I have the legs and the arms. So I'm just gonna start rigging now and add the armature. So I'm gonna Shift A, armature single bone, and turn on X-ray, because right now we cannot see inside the character. So go on the skeleton, check X-ray, go into edit mode, and move it up. Alright, we don't want to do this because there's this yellow dot thing is called the origin, and we don't want to like mess it up. So we just keep it here, that yellow dot. See, if I move it in edit mode, the yellow dot's still there, which is the pivot point, right? So edit mode, move it up here, and then so there's this other way of rigging, which is the extrude method, which is just you extrude, grab this. This is the head, this is the body, this is the tail. You can select them separately and move them. So I could do that and then just keep extruding like that. Or you could extrude, 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 subdivide. That works too. And then parent the mesh to the bones with Control P with automatic weights, and now it should work. So this is the extrude method, right? And there's also the other method, which is the one we did when we did rigging. It's more neat because the problem with this is you have some extra bones here that you will not use. So, like, you won't use this because it doesn't look good, right? You will only use these, this one. You will only use these ones. So these bones are technically useless. But what you could do is this other form of rigging, which we did in the first place. Shift A, add this. You can extrude the head. And then what I could do is Shift A again, move it here, grab the head, and bring it here, and subdivide. Shift A, here. Or you could, if you want, you could go halfway and also extrude. That works too. I think subdividing would be better though. So you could do this. And for the legs, you could actually grab the head and move it all the way down so it faces downwards. Or if you want, you could rotate it 180 degrees. But that sort of messes up something called a bone roll, which so it's better to just do this. Like, do this. Oh crap. Just grab the head and just pull all the way down. Same thing here, Shift A, like that. You can subdivide these. And then you parent them with automatic weights, Control P to parent, and then pose mode, you're good. And this time you don't have the extra bones. But what you need to do here is you need to parent these bones now. So I'm going to make my principal bone, which is the moving bone. This one to this one, Control P. This one follow this one, Control P. This bone follow this bone, Control P. This bone follow this bone, Control P. This bone follow this bone, Control P. So now this bone will always follow this bone. So if this bone moves, these two bones also move. This bone moves, this will follow this too, this will follow this will follow this. And because this one controls all of these bones, when we move this, it should. This is our principal bone. So this is the other form, and sometimes what can happen is, this is also the vertex groups. Remember, all of these bones have names, right? Bone 4 here. This is his vertex groups that it controls. Vertex groups is just a bunch of vertices that are assigned to a bone. So remember that we could also, if we want, we could also fix up our, for example, I don't want it to move these vertices here. So what I could do is select all these vertices here, all these faces, and then go to bone 4 and press remove. So now it doesn't move those. But you can see that sometimes it doesn't work out as you want. But that's fine. I'm just showing you that vertex groups also plays a big role. And if you want, you could just use vertex groups to weigh. But most of the time, automatic weights should work. And then finally we just posed our character. So I'll show my final product, right? And I'll just pose him. And this is just my guy sitting in a chair. Guess I could turn the sun higher. 9, no, that's too bright. 5. And do a trick that you don't even know. Yeah. That's it.